today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Infinite Series Build-A-Figure Hulkbuster, Marvel's Blizzard. This would be the first figure that we're going to be having a look at, but don't worry, Spot's going to actually have a look at the entire wave as we build the Hulkbuster. I can see from photos of what they released for Hulkbuster that he was going to be a huge figure, engaging by the torso, or I should say half torso, that comes included with Blizzard here. He is going to be a huge figure. Spin around the back of the package. Other figures available. There's Marvel Now, Iron Man. There's Marvel's War Machine, Marvel's Blizzard, Marvel Heroes, Doctor Strange, which actually it does not actually say. It says just Marvel Heroes, which is, I don't know why they do that. Marvel Heroes Vision. It is the Fearless Defenders, and again, not listed on either of the names. I don't know why they do that. The read-up says, common thug turned powerful villain Donnie Gill paralyzes his enemies with Arctic blasts. You can see how big the Hulkbuster is going to be once we get it all put together. Of course, I can also tell you, you can go to www.hasbro.com/Avengers, and you can check out the other pieces, other things that Hasbro is producing, all related to Avengers. Needless to say, Spot's going to take a break. We're going to get this opened up, and when we come back, we're going to start our first figure from the Hulkbuster wave, and we're going to have a look at Blizzard. There's more anyway, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Of course, the first thing that we will have a look at are the two pieces that will eventually become Hulkbuster. Now, they look like they just simply come together. I don't believe, and this could be something I regret later, I don't believe actually there is a reason why you can't simply snap them together now. Just get Blizzard here to stand up. I'm looking at the, we'll deal with that later. I'm seeing the underside, and the torso looks like it's just going to peg in via ball joint. Same with the arms, and then of course the head is going to sit on top. I don't know though, and again, we're just pull these parts apart again. I'm going to actually leave these off just in case we're going to have a look at the lower torso. Oh, I just gave it away. We're going to have a look at the lower torso figure after this video. So I might just keep these pieces separate for the time being, and hopefully, you know, putting them together, I could regret it. Keeping them apart, we'll see in the next video. So there's again the front and the back of Hulkbuster. Not much going on so far, I understand that. We'll just put that to the side though. Okay, so having a look at Blizzard. There's things about the figure I like, and other things maybe not so much. The first thing I want to touch base on though is the level of plastic quality. I don't know what it is about Blizzard, and I'm hoping that the other figures don't have this issue, but Blizzard feels extremely light. Especially like the torso area here. The torso, I don't even think feels like a solid plastic. In fact, it actually feels like it's a hollow plastic piece. And I would, of course, have to gauge this against the other Marvel Legends that we've looked at over the many moons, many years that we've been doing this together. But it does feel light, and I don't understand why. Especially torso, like I said, feels extremely, not cheap, but the plastic feels different, and maybe it's just me, I don't know. The head, unfortunately, also is very loose. Now, that has nothing to do with, per se, QC or quality control of a figure. That could potentially just be my figure. Moving to things that I care for. Obviously, we're not going to rip this figure apart the entire review. I do like the blue paint that they've used. This kind of metallic blue, well, it is metallic blue paint. It looks like something that, like a modeler's paint. In fact, I might have almost had this kind of paint when we used to build models back in the day. It's this weird kind of blue color, which seems that it has been applied relatively clean. Yes, of course, there are always those areas. Let's bring the camera in. There are always those areas, especially right around the head area. It's a little goopy there. And you kind of have to look at a couple of areas twice just to see, well, can't quite tell if it's reflection or if the paint just is not on completely solid. There is especially like the arm area here. Yeah, it gets a little messy though when it starts combining itself into the top here. Whereas this was white plastic painted with the blue over top. Clearly you can see though that they've painted the white over top of what looks to be the blue undercolor, and the white just does not match. The white doesn't match the rest of his body here. So that is a bit of a shame. I don't know why there is such a departure on here versus the body, as opposed to just if the body was white plastic, the arms were white plastic, and then they just simply painted the blue. But even like down by the forearm area, it looks as if the white's been added, and it's not even the same white either. The head, you can also see, does not match the body. The white that they've used, the boots match the torso, but the gloves, the top of the gloves I should say, the arms and the head don't match the white that goes with the rest of the body. So it's not quite very consistent, but needless to say. Also, one thing that, I don't know why it's bothering me so much, but the hinge that's on its neck, or on his neck, is a different color than the rest of his body. It's this off yellowy white. Again, it normally would not bother me so much. I don't know, maybe it's just the fact that I've noticed it that seems to be bothering me a little bit more than before. By the way, also, it seems like his legs on my legs, not my legs personally, but the legs on the body of this figure are a little loose, as well the torso is a little loose, so maybe there's some degradation. The fact that they've used the torsos, the bodies as a whole so frequently. Maybe, you know, they've got mold wear. It's not as structurally sound as some of the earlier released Marvel Legends. I don't know. Face is pretty good. I like the face. It's kind of reminds me of some Mortal Kombat ninja. Very Sub-Zero. I say Sub-Zero not only just because he's cold as well, but just that face kind of gives me that Sub-Zero look to it. I guess you could really paint this, you know, customize this and make a Marvel Legends, you know, Mortal Kombat fighter. I don't know. When it comes to the articulation on Blizzard, he has what you would expect with a Marvel Legends treatment figure. Of course, the articulation would be the same. Head is on a ball joint, and then it sits on this hinge, but the hinge, again, is so loose. It's so shameful. He nods quite easily, but I just wish it wasn't as loose as it is. Arms hinge out, and this one arm is very stiff, but it hinges out. You can also rotate the arm around. I don't know why all of a sudden this figure, it's one of the only few Marvel Legends I've seen that actually clicks. It clicks when you move the arms. Swivel at the bicep. He has a double bend in the elbow. And of course, a swivel in the wrist. He has an upper torso crunch, as well as the swiveled waist. Articulated in the legs. Swiveled thigh. I think maybe the culprit also could be that this metallic blue, as nice as it also is kind of obstructing, hindering some of the movement, especially in the thighs. It's very kind of sticky. Not sticky, but it really sticks when trying to move the legs, and especially areas such as the knees. Though, again, he has that double hinge knee, as you can see. Finally, he has the swiveled boot, as well as the hinge in the foot. I suppose by some standards we've kind of started the reviews on a low. It's a bit of a shame. I think Blizzard as a whole is a pretty good looking character. Translated not in the best way, if you ask me, to a Marvel Legends figure. Of course, they would have obviously gone with this mold, this build for a figure. It makes sense. But I don't know, it just feels really like thin and hollow, if that makes any sense. Needless to say, today's toy spot, we were having a look. Let's give him some poses going on here. Spot's not very good. I accept that at not doing posing on the figures here. But today's Marvel Legends spot, today's toy spot, we were having a look. The Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure series of Hulkbuster, and we were first having a look at Blizzard. Spot also picked this up from the folks over at Big Bad Toy Store, so if you guys, like myself, have been unable to find this wave in local retail, you can click the link down below, and you can order this from Big Bad Toy Store. Certainly stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more toy spots heading your way as we have a look at the rest of the Marvel Legends Infinite Series Hulkbuster figures. Thanks for watching, as you always do. I'll see you next time.